Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Grow Wednesday. It is Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central Time, March 5th, 2025. Let's go. Let's grow. We've got a lot to go over today. You might be catching the replay right now. If so, hit that like button. Tell us what you think about the show, and we'll get back to you in the comments. We're going to play a little intro video to get the show started so I can hit that like button and share it out and tag some friends. So if you could help me out with that, let's do that. And we'll be right back here in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's grow.
The indoor farmer has a tale to tell. Under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's bought. We grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time. With Waylon, we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time. We'll live and we'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Join Waylon for our journey so fine. Learning, laughing, and sometimes sad, but always together from the good to the bad. He speaks of the benefits, the pros and the cons of the plant that has helped him feel less withdrawn. With guests from all walks, stories to share, Waylon makes sure that no one feels like they're there alone. So come every Wednesday, find your place in his light, where Waylon, the indoor farmer, invites you to grow not just plants, but your soul, your mind, in a world where together we're truly aligned. Tune in and grow with us, let's expand our view on We Grow Wednesday with Waylon. It's true.
Waylon, the indoor farmer, has a tale to tell. Under the glow of LED lights where his stories dwell. He's not just growing greens, he's sowing seeds of thought. In a studio with a microphone where wisdom's bought. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear. On We Grow Wednesday, we're all one big team. Growing together is the ultimate dream. We Grow Wednesday from 8 to 9. Tune in, folks, for a communal time with Waylon. We'll learn to grow in life, in love, and in what we sow. He's a man of the soil and a man of the word, a veteran with a vision, his voice undeterred. From cannabis tales to the latest farm tech, his shows where the nerds and the farmers intersect. He lights up the airwaves with truth and care, sharing joys, the highs, and yes, the wear and tear.
When the indoor farmer
All right. All right. What's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome to Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. We do this every Wednesday to help us get through the week and also to kind of find out what's growing on out there in the world. Maybe throw in a little bit of what I have growing on here in the farm. I've got some things, some updates a little bit, but we've also got a lot of stories we're going to look at. We've got a few websites that we usually check out. The Marijuana Moment. We look at what's happening in the news. We look at foodandwine.com. We look at Farm Week Now. And tonight we're going to be checking out some stories a little bit later on, a little bit more on the level of HHS and some statements RFK has put out and stuff like that. We're going to watch a couple of video clips a little bit later on. But we are going to get into it. We're also going to pass out some numbers for subscribers. So if you didn't see that, I made a post today for the number spin. We'll probably do 1 or 2 spins tonight and then do the rest tomorrow. However that works out. We're popping seeds over on the YouTube. What's up, man? Brandon, what's up? What's up, Cassandra, DC? Thank you for coming in. Cindy, Jess. Let's get some comments up here. Hello, Jess on the X. Shouts out to X. We're getting dangerously close to 1,000 followers on the X. Working on it. I don't show enough skin, I don't think, over there. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Jess. Come on in. Hit that like button. Tag a friend. Tell everyone you know about the show. Appreciate it. So if we get a bit of people in here, I guess I can put the runner out there. If we get to 50 likes or 25 live viewers, we'll throw out a door prize. Otherwise, no big deal. All right, let me share some screens in here. Appreciate you guys coming in. Let's do it. Spin it, he says. Okay, hell yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's share this in. I got a couple things that I want to look at. We always check these things every week. Here we go. Who are we going to go? We'll go to foodandwine.com first. Right? Need to show skin. It's kind of a sad reality about the internet. What's this? Some kind of liquor, bitters? Yeah, no, I'm good on that. Wow, this is a word, huh? How Angostura has maintained the best kept secret in cocktails for 200 years. I'm good on that. Let's see what else is trending. Don't be afraid to eat fat. Oh, that's actually that's going to be a good story right there, because that is a true thing. People are so afraid of fats now. They've gotten us so afraid of fats, but honestly, there's a lot of fats that we really need to be eating more of. I mean, as long as we eat less of the other, fillers and the preservatives and all that stuff. Behind the scenes Kentucky Derby menu. I don't think I have ever been curious as to what the menu is at the Kentucky Derby. I don't know about you guys, but I think we're going to skip that one. 16 Portuguese recipes to add to your repertoire. Ah, man, I should keep learning Portuguese. I learned a few words. It was pretty good. The best kitchen tool we tried this month. Okay. I'm mildly interested in that. We could just peruse it real quick. Tested hundreds of products in February. Yeti, OXO, and Smeg were among our favorites. I've heard Yeti. I have not heard of the other two. Has anyone ever heard of OXO and Smeg? Smeg sounds like something that you would make fun of your sister by calling her that. Like if her name's Meg from Family Guy. What's up, Smeg? It just sounds like a crappy insult. Margaret, come on in. What's up? We got you. Thank you, Cindy. Hashtag WTIF. Yeah, I seem to be getting the keyhole that you can see me through on the internet is just becoming smaller, I guess. I don't know. Thank you, DC. Yeah, if you have X, guys, hang out over on X. I would appreciate that just tonight. Maybe let's boost it up. Maybe we'll try to get to that triple digits. Be awesome. Rumble's looking good too. 465. Let's go. All right. I don't think I'm going to read the story about it, but Maybe we'll. Okay, is there a story? What the heck? Wow. Editor obsessions, they call it from the website. So OXO good grips, two-piece silicone spatula set. Silicone spatulas and silicone not thongs, but tongs, cooking tongs. That's a big thing now, especially when you're using things like air fryers. You have those nonstick sort of containers that go into the air fryer, which I guess is different than a nonstick skillet pan. I don't know what the difference in the coating is, but either way, you don't want to be using metal on those. So those silicone spatulas would be a good replacement. I find that black plastic spatulas, although they did testing on black plastic recently, black plastic within our food and cooking utensils, and found some toxic stuff, and of course that's not good. But the real problem is that it melts when you use things like cast iron. If you have a cast iron skillet and it's not even like, doesn't even have to be that crazy hot, but the whole skillet really, absorbs that heat, and that those plastic spatulas will melt like really easy. Anybody have a problem? Anybody ever use the silicone spatulas yet? See, we got Yeti, Rambler, pour over. I don't know what that is. Great Jones, Little Saucy. Wow, these sound like little cool little inventions. Leatherman Micra. What's a mic? I'm gonna have to click some of these. Aha! I used to have. I have what I call a Gerber multi-tool, but Leatherman is another good brand. Okay, let's look at each one of these. A Little Saucy. The heck is up? Okay, that page deleted. Whoa, it won't let me. Interesting. Okay, I can't open that page. Oh, can't open that page. Here's the Good Grip silicone spatula. Those spatulas look like they'd be only good for like cookie dough or something. I don't know. I like a nice like a square shape at the end. I don't like that angle. You're not picking up. I guess you can pick up. I don't know. I'd have to try them. Son of a bitch. Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, they're talking about they're using them for dough. Now use those to flip eggs. Anyway, I want to know. I want to see this Little Saucy in the pour over. It's not letting me see them. I have to search them specifically. That's terrible. Vegetables Unleashed by Jose Andres. Andrews and Andres. $19, originally $45. Okay. Vegetables Unleashed. Must be a utensil of some kind. Big Spoon Roasters. Big Spoon Roasters Linzer cookie cashew and almond butter. It's a mouthful. Schmeg citrus juicer. Schmeg. It's like, it just sounds like an insult. Schmeg. Spiegalu IPA glasses. Interesting. Spaghetti. Caraway mini food storage set. Okay, let me check this out. I want to check. Oh, son of a. Can I look at any of this stuff? The charger. Wow, this is all these broken links. All right, I'm getting out of this. Forget that article. Forget that. Let's go. Brief history of fat fads in America, from nut, margarine, and beef tallow. Margarine. That was a. I hope we get out of that. Fat is about to make you feel really good inside. Whoa. All right. That's vegetable oil right there. That ain't fat. Fast food French fries used to taste better. That's not just me looking at the past through a grease-smeared lens of nostalgia. In 1992, a heart attack survivor named Phil Sokoloff sold the construction material business that had made him a millionaire many times over in order to spend his time and resources railing against fat under the aegis of the self-funded National Heart Saviors Association he founded in the 80s. Sokolov took out full-page ads in major newspapers and appeared on national talk shows to warn Americans the perils of the cholesterol spiking properties of 2% milk, goldfish crackers, and hydrox cookies. But he saved his most alkaline bile for the particular offender, McDonald's French fries. It sounds like this guy kind of went nuts. He sold his business so that he could just, preach that this stuff is bad. I don't know. Sounds crazy. And there's a crazy amount of space in between these paragraphs. Holy cow! Those fries to my callow adolescent palate were the pinnacle of America's culinary achievements, salt-kissed and unfailingly crisp to the teeth, giving way to pillowy starch. The secret was beef tallow, which the Sokolov's reckoning was public health enemy number one, a belief that he expressed via billboards, all caps ads, the poisoning of America, and other paid media spots to the tune of $8 million over the course of his crusade. Holy crap, this is why our fries don't taste any good. Or they don't taste as good. He also targeted coconut and palm oils. Wow, we know coconut oils are good. I don't really know much about palm oils, which are key to the cuisines of various cultures around the world. Yeah, so look, I get it. If there's people out there, if you're out there saying I wouldn't eat the beef tallow fries because I'm a vegetarian or whatever, cool, no problem. But if you eat meat, I feel like the beef tallow should always be preferred. But this guy went on a $8 million crusade. That's crazy. What's up, Kayla? That is crazy. Though McDonald's was loath to credit Sokolov's campaign with the company's reformulation, it introduced it introduced short-lived 91% fat-free McLean Deluxe. McLean. Yeah, I'll have a McLean. Make it a McLean Spicy and a McLean Deluxe. Let me get the McLean Triple. Do you guys remember the McLean? I don't remember this. Even when I ate McDonald's as a kid, I don't remember McLean's. Developed in partnership with the Auburn University in 1991, and phased out beef tallow in favor of low-fat cooking oil, as did other major fast food chains. Low-fat cooking oil. It just brands itself. It sells itself. Low-fat cooking oil. At least for me, it worked, but maybe not for the reasons Sokolov intended. I definitely stopped eating as many McDonald's French fries, which had been a semi-staple of my broke and youthful diet. Yeah, that's true. Mostly because they just fell flat in my mouth. Yeah. Beef tallow doesn't actually impart a flavor redolent of steak or even ground chuck, but because its level of saturation, basically its carbon chain, is filled with hydrogen atoms, and unlike an unsaturated or polyunsaturated fat, it has no double bonds. Okay, interesting. It remains more solid than canola, soybean, or corn oil. It lends luscious texture and heft. Oh, heft. And an ineffable pleasure. That's a word right there. Ineffable. You want me to make it feel good? Oh, I want it to be ineffable. Wait, huh? What? As many as my dad, a retired chemist, was with a specialty in um, dibasic, and fatty acids, said in a recent text exchange, "Fat tastes good. Steaks with marbling do taste better than super lean cuts." Yeah. I mean, I guess that's maybe a preference, a personal preference. A lot of people like the steak that's, just burnt to a crisp or whatever, but not me. I like a little marbling going on in there, right? And he's right, as he was in the next assertion that un- unfortunately a lot of fat consumption is not really a good idea for your health. But in my mind, as a food lover who opted for a fine art degree rather than any of the sciences, a very good thing is infinitely more pleasing than an abundance of something mediocre. Interesting. Everyday foods in wartime. No, we're not gonna check that out. Let's keep moving here. The best kitchen tools. We checked that out. Something else up here. Oh, we already read that. Okay. Yeah, I guess nothing else trending. We could look at some food news. What's going on in the grocery stores? This is a let's see. This is officially the number one pie in America according to Instacart. Interesting. I'm gonna say cherry pie because I'm biased. What do you guys think? Let's hear from the comments. What do you think the most popular pie in America is? And Kayla, why does my screen say that you're watching like 100 times? Are you just flipping back and forth and back and forth? What's going on here? That's okay. Maybe I honestly, I may end up like ending the number wheel too. It kind of doesn't. Less people are participating, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Lazy Bones, what's up? French Silk, you think? Okay, okay. DC thinks Apple. Apple, okay. I would say Apple. Is kind of the whole American Pie kind of thing, so that's probably a good guess. Yeah, I could take a screenshot, Kayla, and it's just like literally like just this whole list of saying that you were watching. I'm like, okay, okay, she's watching. Scroy, what's up, man? We're finding out all kinds of good stuff tonight. Come on in, man. Stay a while. Tag some friends. You said you're on both accounts there, DC. I'm glad to know that there's at least one person watching twice. You're making up for one. Pumpkin, you think? Okay. Two for pumpkin, two for apple. Cassandra, you're saying apple because DC said apple. No, I'm just kidding. You can have your own thoughts, I'm sure. Let's find out. Let's find out. The suspense is killing me. The popular grocery delivery app just revealed its most ordered pies, and this classic American staple takes the crown by a landslide. This is the official, or this is officially the number one pie in America, according to Instacart. Dun, dun, dun. 1 second, one moment, please. Instacart just revealed apple pie. You guys, you got it. You got it with the apple pie. Boom. That was a good guess. Apple American pie. What's up, Elisa May and Terry? Hello, hello. Got 10 over on the Rumble, 11 on the Facebook. Let's go. Let's go. You got it, DC. I wanted to say cherry pie. Well, I did say cherry pie, but accounting for 29% of all pie deliveries last year. Huh. I want to see if they got like more other numbers. Okay, here we go. It's no surprise. Dutch apple is amazing. Yeah, okay. Touche. Forget about like baseball and American Pie, you know? It's no surprise that American Pie takes the top spot nationwide. It's a timeless classic that feels as American as, well, American Pie. I mean, apple pie. You can tell when I grew up. Alex Orlana, Instacart's trends analysis tells us, or analyst tells us, to foodandwine.com. Pumpkin pie, on the other hand, accounts for 23% of pies sold the delivery platform. So that's number two. Sales for this seasonal pie increased by a whopping 1,059% on Thanksgiving Day compared to the national average. While most Americans order the creamy dessert in November, Instacart Instacart customers in Florida and on the West Coast apparently enjoy it all year long. Following close behind, pecan pie is a go-to order among southern states. Pecan pie, capturing 9% of national sales. Wow, while Midwesterners from Arizona to Western Virginia often order cherry pie. There it is. So the cherry pie literally on the bottom of the stack. My poor cherry pie, you know. Even pecan pie outweighs cherry pie. That seems wrong to me. But pecan pie is pretty good, to be fair. Pecan pie is pretty good. Yep, you see in that pumpkin screw. Yeah, that's an interesting little list there. We just read this. I'm gonna close this. Let's check out. Let's just real quick, like, look at the headlines. Illinois Farm Bureau urges President Trump to honor the USMCA, which was successfully negotiated during his last term, and to find other methods to combat illegal drugs and secure our border. Find other methods. Well, you just do something else. We don't want you to do what you're doing. Do something else. Well, it'd be nice if they brought something like another option to the table. I have to be deeply concerned with use of tariffs. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of concern there. Tariffs went into effect Tuesday, prompting ag groups to ask for quick resolution. Treasury halts BOI enforcement. I'm not sure what BOI is. Bio something. That's a weird. It's a giant P. Purdue. Professor, grain housekeeping, very important. Grain housekeeping. You got to stir it up, I guess, maybe. Latest news, Bex acquires Mount Pulaski facilities. Meat processors doing more with less. With high production costs, meat processors are thinking outside of the box to make a profit. Okay. Commodity Classic Reporter's Notebook. No. An inch of rain or more Tuesday. That was from March. Okay. Or the 4th. Yeah, we got a lot of rain. We got it snow today. Did anybody get more snow today? It's crazy. You're more of the pumpkin pie, Elisa May? Okay. I'm a cherry pie fan. You know, I like a good chocolate cream pie, you know, or like I like pie in general, but I try to stay away from most of that kind of stuff these days. I eat like once a day, and I'm actually really interested to do a fast for 3 days. I'd love to do a 3-day fast, but man, I just can't seem to get past the one day, you know. New robot to aid grain bin efficiency safety. Okay, we've been watching a lot of these stories about robots and AI and drones coming into the farming industry. New grain bin robot is designed to help farmers maintain their grain quality more safely. Instead of the farmer having to get in there and get stuck. That's a good idea. Rural advocates engage, support each other at annual event. Okay. World leaders gather for the 36th annual Rural Community Economic Development Conference. DTN markets. DTN. Mink a menace for poultry farmers. Meat processors doing more with less. Treasury halts. Okay, what's that? Mink a menace. I didn't know mink were a menace to poultry. Yeah, let's look at the tariffs. United States' three largest trading partners announced retaliatory tariffs after the U.S. imposed 25% duties on Canada and Mexico Tuesday, as well as an additional 10% tax on imported Chinese goods. The move prompted ag groups. Now, look, before we get into this, they obviously knew this was a possibility, if not probability. So I can't imagine that this is the end of the planning from the administration. Like, well, just do this. Like, I don't think it was just a brash decision. I think that it's going to play out in a way that I believe will eventually be in our favor, or at least level the playing field. We've been in such a handicap for so long. During his address to Congress Tuesday night, President Trump said the tariffs may result in a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. See, I think he might be right. Now, look, you could sit there and say, I think he's wrong, right? And that's legitimate concern to have and legitimate opinion to have. But it hasn't. The fact is, it hasn't played out yet. We haven't seen what happens. Like, we know in the short term, everyone knows in the short term, including people who are for this, know that in the short term it could raise prices, and it might raise prices, but it also could lower prices over time, and up to and including other things that are happening, not just the tariffs, but say lowering the red tape and regulation, and getting things out of the way for farmers to do things that they know are good for, say, regenerative farming and other things that were being needlessly restricted for no reason, and it's just costing time and money and resources. So if we can get some of that stuff out of our way, then things will get cheaper anyway, because we're already costing ourselves money with all the regulation and all of that stuff, in my opinion. Will it level out? Will it even out? I don't know. I mean, there's a good chance. What's up, Mess? What's up, Red 6? The minks wipe out the entire flock, you said? They eat the heads off and leave the bodies? Wow. You got snow, rain this morning, and it turned into freezing snow. It was crazy. Diego, what's up? Material existe? Is that some kind of spam? What's going on there? You're gonna need to. Let's see if I can translate it. What is going on here? How do I translate this? Venezuela, Republica. What the hell is he? Is this some kind of manifesto I'm reading right now? Oh man. Red 6, what's up, man? You want to come up and co-host with me? You say the word, I'll throw you the link. Okay, where are we at here? China countered the U.S. tariffs with which jumped from 10 to 20% with a 15% tax on U.S. goods, including corn, wheat, cotton, and chicken. China also imposed an additional 10% tariff on U.S. imports of soybeans, sorghum. I don't know. Forget how you say that. Pork, beef, aquatic products, vegetables, and dairy. China's new tariffs will take effect starting March 10th. So everybody's posturing, everybody's throwing their tariffs up, but really it comes down to supply and demand. Either way, whether it doesn't matter, I can put like I can raise the price of my indoor farmer hats to $1 million. That doesn't mean someone's going to buy them. But if everybody wants those hats so badly that they'll go and sell plasma for 3 months to buy one, then the demand is up so high that yes, a tariff isn't going to stop you from selling your goods. But it really just depends. I'm not saying I know which countries have the most demand for which countries' other goods, but it could play out in a lot of ways. So I I don't mean this in a good happy way, but it is interesting to see how this is going to go, because many people who have done the research know a couple things about this. Tariffs used to be the only way that we funded our government before we even had taxes. We didn't have income tax. We didn't have sales tax. We just had these tariffs, and the tariffs were paying for everything because we produced goods. We produced things, and we have outsourced all of that because slave labor, or very, very cheap labor, close to slave labor, if not slave in name only. These labor camps and places all over the third world and China and elsewhere, they've made it to where we can't compete with our own goods. It's literally cheaper in some ways, and for a lot of people, to ship materials overseas, have their products made with the materials manufactured, and then shipped back. And that should not be cheaper. Like that should be crazy, like to do. Anyway, America wants to charge an arm and a leg, and leg for everything. That's the thing. We charge so much because we don't have the infrastructure to make it cheaper here. We actually have the labor force, we have the capability, but we when we don't have a factory here, we or maybe we only have one factory for something, like say like an antibiotic or whatever, microchips. If there's only one factory here, it's going to be a lot more expensive to get it from that factory versus a place that may have, 10 or 20 factories. Just as an example, when you have, that's what automation and like the assembly line technology did, was to make things cheaper. Well, when you don't have that assembly line anymore, you just have like one place to make it or something. You guys get my drift. Like there's a difference there in how we can produce stuff, and I think it's coming back. We're already making the changes for a lot of vital things. We found out through COVID. We found out we didn't have enough PPE, protective gear, gloves, masks, all the other things that, whether or not you think masks work for in general, that's beside the point. But like all the protective gear, we were short on. And so we got companies here making that now. We've got companies here trying to starting to make chips, more microchips. There's a lot of things changing, and I think those are good things. It doesn't matter to me. There is a bigger value in our independence to make vital materials, vital products to our well-being and to our functioning. There's a value to that a raise in the price definitely cannot compete with. Like raising the prices of things is not nearly as big of a deal as the increase in sovereignty and ability to take care of ourselves. And I think that's something that has to be taken into consideration. I mean, if we have one place where we get all of our anything, and then that one place has a natural disaster or gets taken over by an enemy country or something, we're screwed. Like we rely on China for a lot of things, and we are technically not allies with China. We're not necessarily buddies with China, so we're basically enemies. I mean, I would say we're enemies spiritually at the very least, not if not like a literal declaration of war. But yeah, I mean, like for us to be dependent on them for anything is ridiculous. And just because they can make things cheaper by forcing citizens to work for almost nothing doesn't mean we should. And unfortunately, it's not. I'm not saying I'm not. I have an iPhone. You know what I mean. We all have a lot of these products. There's not an easy way out right away, but this is a step in that direction, I think. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's read a little bit more. China also suspended soybean imports from 3 U.S. companies. Okay. Canada is expected to impose tariffs in more than $100 or 100 billion of American goods. $100 billion of American goods over the course of 21 days. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, isn't he out? What is he still doing there? Said Canada would challenge the U.S. measures at the World Trade Organization and throw the U.S. Mexico Canada trade agreement and through the MCA, or is it USMC or something like that? I forget how the acronym is. Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum, that's it, said Tuesday that Mexico will respond with its own retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Okay, you mean your cartels will? With an announcement expected on March 9th. Trump initially declared an economic emergency to place duties of 10% on all imports from China and 25% on imports from Mexico and Canada in an effort to stop the flow of fentanyl and protect the U.S. borders. A White House fact sheet says both Canada and Mexico had ample opportunity to curb the dangerous cartel activity and influx of lethal drugs flowing into the U.S., but have failed to adequately address the situation. Now, think about it that way. Think about all of the money we'll save from treating people that are using those drugs. Now, who's to say we're not still going to get the drugs? Maybe just not nearly as much and as often, and as the high volume. I don't know. There's a lot of unforeseen benefits or even negatives that I don't see. Obviously, I'm not saying I see it all, but there's a lot to take into consideration here by making these moves. Illinois Farm Bureau President Brian Duncan on Tuesday urged President Donald Trump to honor the U.S. Mexico-Canada agreement, USMCA. Okay, that's how it said, which was negotiated during Trump's last term. I read that earlier. It was part of the headline, I guess. We remain deeply concerned with the use of tariffs and the potential to spark retaliation on American farmers. Okay, well, they already did. Illinois farmers' products from grains and feed, corn, soybeans, ethanol, beef, pork, and more rely on access to foreign markets. They also rely on American subsidies from the government. A lot of those things that he just said, grain, feed, corn, and soybeans, those are all subsidized by the government. So let's be real about whether or not these are profitable. Just because we can sell them overseas cheaply without the tariffs doesn't mean that we should be subsidizing these things. So they're basically just paying for them to be sold elsewhere. We are paying with tax dollars for these crops to be grown and sold elsewhere. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Ethanol, beef, pork, and more rely on access to foreign markets and will undoubtedly be impacted by these new tariffs, either through increased prices or decreased market access. Duncan said this uncertainty, see, that's the thing. They don't know for sure it's going to be a bad thing eventually. Coupled with an already struggling farm economy, has farmers worried as we head into planting season. Yeah, and I get this. So this is a big problem with massive farms. They have to plan ahead. They have to know, okay, what am I growing? How much am I growing? What's the predicted value of these bushels per acre and all this? And they plan it out so far ahead that's like there's no way a corn farmer that's been farming corn, thousands of acres of corn for 20 years. Those farmers, a lot of times, they don't have a garden with their own, like with other vegetables. Like that farmer really zeroes in on like the few crops that he grows, like to rotate the crops. They rotate the fields to, like, say, soybeans to corn or whatever. So they're going to know maybe those two things. And so I think that's a problem. We're compartmentalizing, and we're specializing even within farming, and you don't have that farmer. I mean, we do. There's plenty of farmers out there that have general knowledge, but those big factory farmers, or those big, like, one monocrop farmers, those guys, they just kind of they're just, zeroed in. They're tunnel vision on the one thing, right? Let's see. Illinois is the third largest exporter of agriculture commodities in the U.S. Total exports from Illinois in 2023 were estimated at 81 billion, of which 13.7 billion was attributed to agriculture. Well, but how much of that was subsidized? That's what I want to know. Add the subsidy back and see what the number is now. According to the USDA Global Agriculture Trade System, in 2024, Illinois accounted for 2.5 billion worth of products to Mexico and 2.1 billion dollars to Canada. Similarly, according to the U.S. Department of Commerce, in 2024, Illinois accounted for over 784 million in agriculture products imports, including 542 million worth of products from Canada, 314 million, and Mexico 228 million. Oh, I see. Okay. Rotate their fields last year was soybeans for us. Okay. Well, but but you're not rotating it to, like, 10 different things. You're not going to have a field of, cucumbers. I just mean, like, you know what I mean. You might have commented that before I explained. Mama Rochi, Chris, hello. Welcome in. Come on in. Cheers to the Rumblers. 14 over on the Rumble. Let's do it. Hit that repost button. Okay, Illinois is the nation's second leading exporter of both soybean and feed grain. Yeah, because it's subsidized. And related products. Approximately 44% of grain products in Illinois is sold for export. Now, look, I get some subsidies because of things like natural disasters, drought, floods, things like that, and I'm guessing that's the main reason they're subsidized. But between that and also being paid to destroy crops, there are times when farmers are paid to destroy flocks of chickens or crops or other things, and it's just there's something funny going on there. I get it if maybe the crop has blight or something, something that you don't want, but I need to know. I need to learn more. That's all there is to it. More than 20% of U.S. farm income comes from exports. Just last year, the U.S. exported over 30 billion in agriculture products to Mexico, 29 billion to Canada, and 26 billion to China. Trade is essential to Illinois farmers who are concerned retaliatory tariffs will reduce export demand for U.S. agriculture products and prices received by producers. I didn't. Let me go back to see Lisa May's comment here. Most farmers are more interested in mass production. Yeah, that's the problem. That's it. So money don't play. Right. But I bet. Yeah, but I don't know. That's the thing, though. I've talked to farmers that don't. They don't have a garden. They don't. They don't even live at the house. There's like some family renting out the farmhouse that's actually at the fields, and then the farmer lives in some, like, big complex in, like, some larger home somewhere else. And I've seen them not have their own, like, garden. It's crazy. Possibly they might. Some of them would, but yeah, it's crazy how many wouldn't. Land-based company I buy from phases their livestock without all the antibiotics. Yes, that's a big thing. We're gonna be talking about that in a minute here. But the livestocks, the push for a vaccine for bird flu into livestock has begun, and there are farmers and ranchers out there blowing up on social media, getting viral posts because they're saying I will not. They will not be putting the antibiotics or vaccines into my bovine, my cows. So we're seeing them push back anyway. And I heard that too. More farmers had to destroy crops because, yeah, and that's a problem. Like sometimes the crop destroying and the livestock destroying is not necessary, and they're just doing it for like money reasons. And I can't think of the specifics on how to explain that, but it has to do with like the value of your crop, and if it goes below whatever your insurance is for or something. And the government has paid them to do this a couple times, like milk. They paid them to pour out a lot of milk. They paid Tyson had to kill a whole but like millions of chickens that one time, that one story. Um, God, no vaccines for the bird flu. Yes, they're out there now. They're being pushed. Yeah, the antibiotics. Yeah, that's another bad one that's happening with our livestock. Do that because it's a mass production of the disease at these large farms. Yeah, I mean that's a problem is that they have everything so close together. I'll be vaccinating our farm animals here. Hells yeah, there you go. You heard it right here first. Lazy Bones Homestead. Not happening. Not happening. Um, okay, we will have to see how this affects exports. Well, yes. Okay, this could sum up the whole article right here. Well, we'll just have to see. Okay, we'll see what happens. Uh, yeah, that's enough of that. Bex acquires Grow Alliance's soybean seed production and corn drying facilities. Good for them. Meat processors doing more with less. It sounds kind of intriguing. We're getting close to an hour here, so I'm going to be getting some numbers for my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, if you watch my show on a daily, if you're entertained, if you enjoy what you watch, and maybe learn something here and there, consider subscribing. You can subscribe on Facebook. I think it's $5 a month, or subscribe on Locals for $2 a month, and you can watch the after show, exclusive content. After show, we watch music videos. We watch different, other shows. Watch a little Kill Tony. We watch clips from other movies. People bring up stuff in the comments. They bring up, they what's the word they why can't I think of the radio term where they ask for their song next? Can't think of the term. Anyway, request. Yes, they request different things. So the after show is becoming more and more fun. You get to come up on screen if you want to chill in the privacy of our Locals community. So go check that out. I'll probably be jumping over there here a little bit later on after this show. We'll be doing a little after show over on Locals, so don't forget about that. Let's see, Treasury halts. Okay, I don't think we're going to read any more of that. Let's just watch what I didn't watch this video yet, but it looks like it's from yesterday. RFK Jr. clarifies his stance on MMR vaccine recommendations. So let's listen in. In fact, I don't know if I have the audio here, so give me a second. Let me share this back in a different way. We'll listen in on it, and then I'll start doing numbers as we talk about it. Let's pull up some tunes, though. I guess I have forgot about the tunes. Here we go, everybody. I mean, I know the sound of my voice is enough. Hey, what's that about? All right. Some tunes. Let's do a little bit of jazz. Actually, let's play some vocals here. Let's play this one. Actually, no, I can't do that. We're about to listen to RFK, so I'll shut the music off for now. We're going to listen to RFK. Like him, don't like him, I don't care. We're going to just hear what he has to say. He's the new HHS secretary. So he's supposedly having this flip-flop motion or moment, and he's for and not for and this and that for vaccines. So let's hear what's going on with this.
In highly unvaccinated communities like the Mennonites, it's something that we recommend. But we also understand, there's a lot of mistrust of the vaccines in that community. And there are people who should not be vaccinated in the community because they have autoimmune disease or other immune problems. And if you do get vaccinated, you're protecting those people from a possible spread. In highly unvaccinated communities.
Okay. So he's talking about the Mennonite community. Cindy says, I question my egg prices went nuts, but chicken meat hardly went up. Yeah, there was a lot of people not even panic buying, but purposely, there's probably a good term for this, like crisis buying, or taking advantage of the crisis and buying like carts full of eggs, like literally like more eggs than they can probably even sell before they go bad. And they were just buying all the eggs. I saw videos of this happening, and I don't know. That's probably the main issue with that. Diane, what's up? Timothy, hello. Marco Polo, I see you guys in there. Look, Grow Room Genetics, cheers. Hello, hello. Somebody needed to make some money somewhere. Yeah, yep. So we'll see what this next one is. This is from 9 hours ago. RFK Jr. pledged the same transparency for HHS. Nothing's going to be off limits. Okay, so let's listen
Last
to
Thursday,
this.
President Trump signed an executive order to establish the MAHA Commission to study what has caused the precipitous decline in American health over the past 2 generations. So we will convene representatives of all viewpoints to study the causes for the drastic rise in chronic disease. Some of the possible factors we will investigate were formerly taboo or insufficiently scrutinized. A childhood vaccine schedule, electromagnetic radiation, glyphosate, other pesticides, ultra-processed foods, artificial food additives, SSRI and other psychiatric drugs, PFAs, PFOAs, microplastics. Nothing is going to be off limits. Whatever belief or suspicion I have expressed in the past, I'm willing to subject them all to the scrutiny of unbiased science. That is going to be our template, unbiased science. That's something that will make us all proud of this agency and of our role in restoring American health. Let's commission research that will satisfy all the stakeholders once and for all. Let's use protocols that we all agree on in advance and not alter the outcomes of the studies when they're halfway through and that they look inconvenient. Let's all depoliticize these issues and reestablish a common ground for action and renew the search for existential truth with no political impediments and no preconceptions. Finally, I want to ask you to think about.
Interesting. That's just a little snippet of what he said. I didn't see the whole thing. Kennedy promotes COD, cod liver oil for measles. Cod liver oil for measles, huh? Okay.
What we're trying to do is really to restore faith in government and to make sure that we are there to help them with their needs and not particularly to dictate what they ought to be doing. We're delivering vitamin A. We are providing assistance if people need ambulance ride. They have treated most of the patients, actually. I have over 108 patients in the last 48 hours. And they're getting very, very good results. They report from budesonide, which is a steroid. It's a 30-year-old steroid, and clarithromycin, and also cod liver oil, which has high concentrations of vitamin A and vitamin D. What we're trying to do is really to restore faith.
Okay. Vitamin A, vitamin D, and cod liver oil. The federal law, Fauci has killed ivermectin or had to kill ivermectin because you cannot give emergency use authorization to a vaccine. There's an approved drug for any purpose that is demonstrated to be effective. Oh yeah, I've heard this before, and this is a really good point. I wish I would remember to bring this up whenever it comes up on other conversations. But this is a really good point. That's why they demonize ivermectin, is because in order to get that emergency use authorization for the Operation Warp Speed for the vaccine, they had to not there had to be no other possible effective treatment. And so, oh no, there's nothing, Vitamin A was used for movie coke, and vitamin D was used as the mixer. Is that for real, Timothy? What do you mean? This is why MSNBC's Joe Scarborough has now called a truce with President-elect Donald Trump. Okay, so they must have had an old conversation between him and RFK. Interesting. Well, we're not gonna. Oh, here's someone that doesn't like RFK, obviously. Let's see what they say. Trump installed an anti-vaccine conspiracy theorist named RFK Jr. with literal brainworms. See, that right there tells me this person is just trying to. They're uninformed. Yeah, he had a parasite that they found, but I guess there's a very large percentage of people that walk around with parasites and don't know it, which is even more disturbing. And history of fraud and corruption. As the head of our HHS, after he got 84 kids killed in Samoa, convincing parents to not vaccinate when his own children are vaccinated. I haven't heard that one. I haven't really heard of this person either. So anyway, we're not going to go down through all the weeds. I just wanted to hear what he had to say recently with the vaccines and stuff like that. That's old. USDA came out with a study on pigs because pigs were the first to be trialed with the mRNA vaccines. They did a trial with 500 pigs. It's a couple of weeks, so they had about 100 of them die. That's an old story, but yeah, we'll just get back out of that for now. Let me pull up the wheel. Let's get some numbers. Gilo, hey, what's up? Gilo, you're welcome to pop up if you like. Just pulling up the wheel to hand out some numbers while we talk about what we found so far. Gilo says the majority of Trump's cabinet didn't need this job. Most of them are either wealthy or well off. True. Yeah, but they would say, oh, it's corruption or something. You agree with the parasites? Yeah, that's a big problem. Joe says my ivermectin is backstocked by 2 weeks. Backstocked by 2 weeks. So you mean you have 2 weeks worth, or you can't get it for 2 weeks? I have parasites in my life. Yeah, I think we probably all have. What's up, G-Lo? Appreciate you coming in, man. If you could share me out on the X, I'm getting dangerously close to 1,000 followers. It would be really cool if we could get up to that soon. Cheers, Timothy. Appreciate that. If we could get up to 50 likes on the Facebook side and 25 live viewers, we'll do a door prize giveaway. And actually, I want to show you guys something real quick. I'm gonna tease this. Like, if anyone's interested in this, I'm thinking about giving this away if we get to 50 live viewers. It also has the pieces to it that make it a bong as well. So it's got all the pieces to change this over and make it a smoke device. But it's got Mario there with the blunt. It's from Level Up Seed and Garden Supply. Shouts out to Level Up. I already used one of their cups here, and so I didn't want to. I never used this cup. I've had it sitting here forever. I didn't use it because I didn't want to drink out of it and then not be able to give it away. So working for free. Missed something there. Can't get it for another 2 weeks. Okay, I see. It's on order though. 3 tubes. I wonder if that's like if they're going to short the supply chain because it never really had a shortage before. The whole world uses it for a lot of different things. A lot of people are taking it more now. Elisa May, so maybe we really did ramp it up too much. Yeah, ivermectin at Tractor Supply. Oh, that's true. That's true. Although Joe ordered it, so he's having it shipped. Joe, have you tried local stores? You could probably try getting it from a local store. All right, so I'm gonna go over here to get the numbers handed out for my subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing and believing in me. I appreciate it. Okay, numbers. Looks like we got 3. Michelle Lynn. Michelle Lynn will be number 1 this week. Bean Dongo. Got Bean Dongo, the man, the myth, the legend. He can be number 2. Still posting for some reason. Oh, there we go. And then Sheena. We got Sheena, number 3, wearing one of Sheena's tie-dye shirts right now. Thanks again, Sheena and Chuck. All right, going over to my other subscriber group. That's not the right one. Let's see. Numbers. Most recent. There it is. Oh, Kim hit the like button, but probably went to locals. Let's go over to locals. Number 16. 16 of you. So we're at number 4. Diane, you're number 4. I see you in the comments. Remember, if you are here when we do the spin and you win, you will get double. You'll win double for being here. But you don't have to be here just to win once. Nobody, you are number 5. Diane, did I make sure? Okay, 4. Perry Wood, you're number 6. Remember, I'm going to be having some indoor farmer cups with all the shows on it, and also some banners coming up shortly. Kim Marston, you're number 7. Of course, I still have the magnets and hats. I got to send out a couple of hats. Lord Leaf Cycle and Country Boy Weeds both getting a hat. Let's see, Kim was 7. Elizabeth Hale, you're number 8. All right, let's go. Sandy, you're number 9. Right now would be a good time for the tunes. Let's go with a little old school indoor farmer, if I can find it. All right. Let's get Tag and Wayne up in here. Yeah, let's go. Love that piece. What piece, DC? Sandy. Sandy was number 9. Sandy, you're number 9. I might have missed what I said there. What piece are you talking about? Tommy Maketa, number 10. Jess, number 11. Rose is number 12. Cindy Lou, number 13. Oh, the cup I just showed off. Yeah. Sheesh. um, Tudor Sue, you're number 14. Margaret Jett, number 15. Kayla, number 16. Terry Breiler, number 17. Let's go. Brendra, number 18. And Chris, number 19. I think that's it. I'll refresh one more time. Number 19 to Chris. Let's go. Let's refresh. Check it one more. Joe Orzel. Okay. Joe Orzel, you're number 20. Number 20. Cool. I think that was the most recent one. Joe, okay. Cool. Well, good luck, everybody. We need to get up to 20 on here. In a digital space where we reside. From hydroponics to the soil's embrace, he's building a world, a sustainable place. So here's to Waylon with his indoor. Yeah, I'd like to give out a door prize if anybody hasn't shared it out. I appreciate it. Tag a friend in that maybe you've never tagged in here before. That'd be fun. Timothy, we need to get you in over on locals, my guy. I see you around enough. We need to get you some of these wins. Let me check the timer. We'll go to a minute. All right, let's change that up a little bit. Good luck, everybody. The Indoor Farmer community over on locals.com. You can also gift subs. You can gift subs on Kick or Rumble. You can buy into Rumble Premium, which would actually get you some extra content for several different artists on Rumble. But if you just subscribe to me on Rumble, you get access to all of those. Whole bunch of other personalities and podcasters over there on the Rumble. We'll probably just do this. Yeah, this works. Good luck, guys. Good luck. I want to see. I might look at a couple more stories, and then we'll probably go over to the after show. Number 15. Very good, very good. Who do we have at number 15? Margaret Jett. Look at that. Margaret, you've now got 3. You've got 3 coupons. Actually, you're here, so you might have 4. Are you here, Margaret? Are you here, Margaret? Congrats, you won. Congrats, you won. There she is. That's another 2. She's here, so she gets 2 of them. So now you have 4. You now have 4 coupons. Excellent. Take her off of the wheel, and we'll do 2 more spins tomorrow night, probably on people in the boxes. Still trying to think of what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I thought about, why did this zoom back out on me? Thought about talking loyalty. on people in the boxes. Tell me what you guys think. Think we could talk about that for a couple hours on PITB. I think it would be a good one. All right. I got those written down, but I need to write it over here. Number 15, MJ. Check. 32 likes, guys. If we can get another 18 likes, real quick like, let's go. Yeah, I'd give this. I would totally give this piece away if we got up to 50 live viewers. I don't seem like it doesn't seem like it's possible these days, but everybody's doing something. So you're welcome, Margaret. You're welcome. Well, let's go. Let's check out. Check out Marijuana Moment for a short minute here. They don't really put a lot of new articles out very often, so. New Hampshire lawmakers move forward with a plan to legalize simple possession of marijuana. Okay. Oh, snap. Check this out. Trump White House invites proposal on federal marijuana legalization, activists say. See, this could be a way to make up the difference on exports. Like if we started to export cannabis all over the world, that they would maybe change the tune a little bit. Veterans group pushes for marijuana and psychedelics reform at joint congressional hearing. Okay, now we're talking. This is from today. Advocates for military veterans are putting pressure on Congress to free up access to marijuana and psychedelics as alternative treatment options, emphasizing the limitations of conventional medicines for addressing serious mental health conditions. As a joint hearing of the House and Senate Veterans Affairs committees on Tuesday, two veterans service organizations, VSO, submitted testimony voicing support for expanding access to the plant-based medicines. Allison Jaslow, CEO of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, the IAVA, told members of the committee that amid the opioid overdose crisis, many of us are eager to have alternatives to prescription drugs when treating our wartime wounds. This includes greater access to cannabis treatments, she said. Currently, however, veterans who live in states where cannabis has been legalized completely are unable to even be prescribed cannabis for medical purposes by their doctor, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. So yeah, I'd love for them to send me my cannabis for free through the VA. This would be great. Jaslow said, IAVA is looking forward to the reintroduction of bipartisan bill, the Marijuana Safe Harbor Act, that would temporarily allow veterans to legally possess and use cannabis under federal law as recommended by doctors in accordance with state law, VA physicians, which would also be allowed for the first time to issue such recommendations. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm interested in that. That's very interesting. I know that there have been tests done for PTSD and other things. Obviously, physical pain, actual hard pain versus mental health issues. There are differences, but cannabis can treat both, which is, two birds, one plant, one herb. Two birds, one herb. Two birds, one herb. Sounds dirty, but it's not, I promise. Very cool, though. Very cool. Well, We're at 33, guys. I hate to say it, but we're probably not going to make it there, and I don't have a lot else to go over. We don't need to read many more. Like, I could read more articles, but we checked out a bunch of stuff, and that's good enough for me. So we're going to probably try to think of something for tomorrow's show. I got to say, I like loyalty as a topic. I'm not, I may not always hold up to my own ideals, but that's why we hash it out, talk about our lived experience on the topic. That's what People in the Boxes is all about. Come back and check us out on Thursday nights, 8 o'clock Central Time. And go follow me on X, guys, if you haven't yet. Please do so. If you're on Rumble, go check me out on X just to help get us over that 1,000 mark. I feel like it would be a nice boost, and maybe I'll get out there a little bit more. You know what I mean? And follow me on Rumble if you haven't yet. Appreciate that. All the places and all the things. I'm out there. I gotta push outside of Facebook because it just feels like an abusive relationship at this point. So it's time to spread my wings. If you guys want to join me in the after show, please do so. You're all welcome. Elisa May, if you want to come up and hang out on the after show, I can send you the link. Diane says, I have a medical marijuana card here in Georgia, but it's basically useless. The doctor won't prescribe anything because it's not federally legal here. Okay. So you have the card, but it's not worth anything. Can't wait till the day so I can board an airplane with a bag of weed. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. It'd probably be a special container. If we're going to go there, we might as well just federally legalize. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's go. Can't limit it to just our veterans needing the medicine. Right. If they concede that it's a viable treatment for veterans or anyone, then they have to concede that it's viable for anyone, for all sorts of people, right? Frontline service warriors do. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You can get PTSD from a lot of things, not just war. That's for sure. All right. That's it for me. Appreciate it, guys. We learned some things tonight. There was something else I was meaning to go over, but I'll check real fast, but I don't think I saw anybody commenting on tonight's post. I put it out there to see if anybody wants to post any of like what they have growing. Nope, no comments on there. All right, no big deal. Hey, I got a few followers, it looks like, on my profile. I hit 4.8. Oh yeah, congrats, I guess. Thanks. All right, let's go have some fun on the after show with a little bit of exclusive content, if you will. While we'll finish up a little bit of Kill Tony, maybe play some music videos. Get PTSD on lives too. Yeah, maybe live streams. Yeah, you could say that. Have a good night. Thanks, Cassandra. Thank you. We'll see you later. We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes over there on Locals. Remember, it's all fun and games. The news is only bad if you let it be bad. It's just news. It's things happening. You got to watch lots of different angles because everybody's got to eat. And we got to pay attention to that shit. Otherwise, they're going to just give us whatever they can, right? So we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central Time for People in the Boxes. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Whalers here,